welcome to Share a Story. My name's Kylie Ann Ford and I'm going to continue telling you the untold stories of a water dragon by Carmen Kardashian. As the evening approached, so did the rain. Thunder could be heard echoing over the entire glen. Just before the rain started, Kieran managed to bring his flock back to the farm. As usual, the farmer fed his beloved collies with big, fat, meaty bones. After a long chit-chat to Kiri about Tipsy's stories, they both fell asleep, happy with their farm life. The following day, the weather didn't improve. Fog embraced the entire glen with a thick and gloomy mist. When it wasn't misty, it was raining, and vice versa. Wet, dreary, and cold. The temperature changed overnight. The farmer recognised the danger that the thick mist posed to Kieran and the flock, especially because of the wolves. He decided to let Kiri go with Kieran. After all, 2 pairs of eyes were better than one. With one of the collies in the front of the flock and the other behind, the sheep would be safer, and the cattle too. The rain poured day and night for 2 weeks. At the loch, Nessie came to the surface every morning to see her friends. However, there was no sign of Tipsy. "Don't worry too much, Nessie. He is probably gorging on those fermented apples," laughed Kieran. "Yes, you will see that when the sun shines, he will be back to tell us more about Alex and the land of Transylvania," Rona said. "True. I know rain is not his friend, but I hope he didn't fall into some squeezing machine together with all those apples," replied Nessie, concerned. "No, in my opinion, if there is one of us who knows how to look after himself, it's our friend Tipsy," suggested Lutzer, hearing the conversation. The next day, the weather was without doubt much better. Seeing the sun shining, Nessie swam above water and hid behind her favourite rock, searching the horizon for Tipsy. But he was nowhere to be seen. Kieran and the rest of her friends came and left. Just when she had decided to dive back into the loch, she heard Tipsy singing. "Tipsy, I'm so glad to see you! How are you? I was so worried that you might have been squashed by those apple machines," said Nessie, fretful. "Nessie, my dear, some terrible weather you have up here. Is this the drench me till I drown season?" Tipsy asked, amused. "I am very well, thank you. I've done nothing but eat and sleep. I've missed you all, nevertheless. Here, I brought you another apple," continued Tipsy. "Thank you. I will eat it soon. Right now I'm too excited to think of food. Did it ever happen to you, not being able to eat?" "Of course, on a few occasions, like when I was chased by the ospreys. Food was the last thing on my mind," Tipsy replied, belching. "To me, fermented fruit is like the water in this loch is to you, Nessie. Essential. I feel lighter and I can fly higher, perhaps not in a straight line. Well, if rabbits can run zigzagging, then I can fly zigzagging too." They both shared a good laugh. "How is everybody? Have you seen Kieran and the rest of my new friends?" Tipsy asked, beaming with joy. "You have just missed them, but I hope that you will see them again tomorrow at dawn," said Nessie. "As the weather is so unpredictable in this land of yours, I will tell you more about Alex and his new life in Transylvania now, and you can later share my stories with your friends," Tipsy replied, burping again but still smiling. Without waiting for Nessie's reply, he started. "Well, life in Transylvania is a daily adventure, and the land is full of myths and legends. One of the legends has it that once upon a time the land was dominated by an evil creature with long fangs and massive claws who loved to feed only on the blood of his enemies. His name was Dracula. There were only two things he feared: garlic and the sun. One burned him from the inside, and the other burned his skin on the outside. So he slept by day and hunted only at night. Dracula lived in a frightening castle in the heart of the mountains. One day, a strange whirlwind brought 7 eggs to this land. They miraculously appeared outside the gates of a monastery at the foot of a mountain. The head of the monks, the abbot, found the eggs and, unaware of what they contained, nurtured them. When they hatched, he discovered he had 7 little dragons. As the years went by, these dragons started to fly. They grew stronger and stronger. He named them after every day of the week. One morning, the dragon Sunday flew over the fortress of the monastery and took off, never to be seen again. A few days later, a terrible roar of pain echoed over the mountains. It was the last sound Sunday ever made. The abbot was horrified because he knew what had befallen poor Sunday. "Oh no, how terrible! What happened to him?" Nessie cried out. Sunday had gone exploring around the mountains that day. Tired of flying, he made the wrong decision to rest in Dracula's castle overnight. Dracula found him asleep in one of the rooms. What happened next was dreadful. Dracula impaled his long fangs into Sunday's neck and sucked out every last drop of blood. The fury of hearing their brother in pain was beyond words for the other dragons. That was the first time the monk had seen his dragons blow fire through their nostrils. He realized at that moment that his precious dragons were, in fact, fire dragons. He watched his other 6 babies fly away, not knowing where they went. For years the abbot had tried so hard to keep all 7 of them safe inside the walls. But dragons are no pets, and eventually he feared they would leave the safety of their cosy monastery, just like Sunday. After Dracula killed Sunday, something extraordinary happened. All the stars disappeared from the sky, which became totally black, and the temperature dropped so suddenly that the land froze. For the next 3 days, the sun didn't show its face, neither did the moon. A perpetual darkness and an eerie atmosphere surrounded the castle and mountains. It felt like the whole universe was mourning the dragon's death. Tipsy stopped to wipe his own tears. "Oh no! Did his 6 brothers avenge him?" exclaimed Nessie, just as upset as Tipsy. When Dracula made the lethal mistake of slaying the dragon in its sleep and feasting on its blood, he sealed his own fate, Tipsy continued. Dracula had no idea that Sunday's brothers were already hunting for him. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday flew northwest. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday flew northeast. In doing this, they knew they would be able to encircle Dracula, leaving him no escape. If the sun could burn Dracula's skin, imagine what 6 angry fire dragons could do to him. They cremated not just his skin, but even turned his bones to ashes. Legend has it that from nowhere, like magic, a wind blew the ashes over the forest's treetops and the mountain's pinnacles. Not a trace of the monster was left. "What an amazing legend, Tipsy!" exclaimed Nessie, captivated. "I hope one day Alex will be able to fly again and blow fire like his relatives," she added. "Since Alex and I arrived in Transylvania, I have seen him practicing blowing fire with his parents every day, but so far He has just managed to make a bit of smoke. It reminds me of the volcano. Maybe today, Tipsy chuckled. It is not his time yet. How is his wing? Any better? Nessie inquired. As long as he doesn't force his wing, the pain is tolerable. He can walk and even run, but I believe he may never fly again. This is why he has invited you to visit him, explained Tipsy. Poor Alex. I cannot wait to meet him. When I grow bigger, I will swim to the Black Sea and see you both. Perhaps you could meet me somewhere by the seashore. Ah, no problem, Nessie. We will. Please come when you are strong enough to make the journey, suggested Tipsy. How will I find you, Tipsy? When you arrive at the Black Sea, ask for Anne the albatross. She is very popular now after she helped reunite Alex with his parents. Anne will know how to find us, replied Tipsy enthusiastically. Great! I will come to see you both as soon as I am ready, a happy Nessie answered. Thank you for listening. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out what happens next.